everyone. How y'all doing out there? Welcome back to Lady of Elegance Collections. Y'all, I don't do this, but I got caught up in it today. And there was a lot of information that came out under the new judge, Chitty. Oh boy, this is something. Whew. Let me get out of this right now. It's a little chilly, but it's good evening. It's good evening. And I had a lot coming out on the trial of Karmelo Anthony. This is a new hearing today, including information that was not in the original trial that no one never heard. I know I have not. Have y'all heard it? Not me. Let me clear something out. I don't bring like all the court documents and all that stuff because I don't know how to read it. Okay. This is only my opinion, what I think what went on. And what I'm thinking is lining up. Okay. So I want to make that clear because I don't want nobody to say, well, Lady of Elegance, Lady E got out there, didn't show any documents. No, I don't. I don't do that because I don't know how to read it. I'm not an attorney. I never took a law class a day of my life, but business law. And I'm still learning how to do that. But, my favorite girl is Tony Talk Up Vesta. And she brings it. She's been on there today for 6 hours. So I've been listening to her all day. And I am learning a lot here. So I'm sorry to come on so late at night. It's good. When you come in, do a like, comment, and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. Yeah, I'm new. And I'm just trying to do what I need to do. Okay? So let's get this show started. The house is quiet. My grandson is asleep. And I am so happy right now. I'm just thinking about Karmelo Anthony and I'm getting my praise on. Y'all got to get the praise on to keep his spirit up, okay? And we got to keep his spirit up. No matter what this judge says or which way it goes, we got to continue to support Karmelo Anthony. We got to continue to talk about Karmelo Anthony. We got to continue to pray. The most important thing is to pray. And I hope y'all watch the Willie D Live. He had Karmelo Anthony parents on his show tonight. And the video wasn't long. It was about 26 minutes. But I am so happy to see some relief off of those parents. I am so happy to see that. Even the father spoke. And I never heard this father spoke before. But he spoke, and he spoke very, very, very well. The mother, she spoke as well, but as a mom, she's still upset because her child's not home, and I would be too. Especially when your child is going to prison or are in prison for something that he didn't do. And this dream team, they are bringing it. He is sticking that. Russell Wilson is doing his job. He's earning every penny. They say he is working for free. I don't know if he is. It ain't none of my business. I don't care. As long as we can get Karmelo Anthony out of prison. But I also heard today from Tony Talk Up Vesta, because I listen to her a lot, and she is on it. This young man is in prison, but Morehouse, I got to make sure, I got to bring it back. I got to go to my phone here and bring up Tony Talk Up Vesta has accepted him regardless of the situation. So you know what? This young man is coming home. He is coming home, and I'm praying every day that he come home. So let's get this show started right here. Let's go through this motions and what all went in court, because right now my drilling is up, y'all. My drilling is up. It wasn't like it was this morning when I woke up 5:30. It was just on my mind. I'm just keep praying and praying and praying. But now it's time for us to take a stand. I like to thank all the content creators out there who supporting Karmelo Anthony and keeping his spirits up, supporting that dream team. You know, all the donations that went to him, especially with Tyler Perry. I forgot all the rest of them names. Lil Wayne, not Lil Wayne. Lil Bootsy. Lil Bootsy was the very first person who donated money. And Cardi B, all the stars who donated money to Karmelo Anthony Dream Team. They said, keep putting them out there, keep pushing out there, keep pushing out there. And he's coming home. I say in 3 days. If we can get a hearing tomorrow and he can come home tomorrow, be dismissed tomorrow, that's that. Girl, you talking about somebody gonna be praising God? I'll be praising God for days because I know God is in this business right now. He is in this praying business. And tonight we are going to break down what happened in that courtroom. I wasn't there, y'all. I live in South Carolina, so you know good well I ain't going to no Collin County. That's just like a little town here in South Carolina we don't fool with. But we're going to get this show started. How about that? Okay, my understanding that Michael Howard testified today. I was surprised to hear that, but he testified. And there were some surrounding questions publicly. They asked some questions in there. They asked a lot of questions. I'm gonna see if I can get Tony Talk Up that stuff back on this here. Little video, you know, you got to be careful with YouTube because YouTube can slap a copyright on you in a minute. I'm a small content creator, y'all. I don't have but 338 subscribers and 600 and something viewers. So I had to be real careful. I can't get no copyright. But y'all want to hear the whole 6 hours, almost an 8 hour with Tony Talk to Vesta. I think she started at 1:15 and didn't get off till almost 7 o'clock. So she was there all day. But Michael Howard did testify. And that was praise report to me because he came out and he told everything. He did tell everything. But in the beginning, that judge asked why wasn't no audio or cameras in the courtroom. That's the very first thing he said. He asked. That was the very, very, very first thing that he asked. Yeah, I'm strolling on my computer over here. I got my notes over here to keep me on track because y'all, I'm excited right now. I am excited right now. I'm able to talk loud. Just me and the house is quiet. Yes, I'm going to work in the morning. I'll be up before dawn, but I want to do this tonight because I did one video this morning and it posted at 5 a.m. and I didn't get 21 views. So I'm trying to post it tonight because tomorrow is going to be even more. It's going to be even more to come out tomorrow. And it's supposed to start at 9 a.m. tomorrow, my understanding. So, you know, it's not Karmelo Anthony, not guarantee a trial. You know that. But you know what? It'll be all right because he's coming home. Whether he guarantee a trial, he ain't going to need no trial. He's going to be a mistrial because too many people is involved in this case. There's just too many people is involved in this case. And this new Judge Chitty, he's listening. He got them ears on. He is looking for. He want to see everything. He is looking like he want to see everything. I don't blame him. I want to listen to it all too. If I was a judge and I'm gonna be fair in this case, I would want to listen to every piece of evidence. Every piece of evidence. And he gonna handle this case. Y'all know that's an old man. And them old people don't be playing. They ain't got time for the crap. They're gonna say you're gonna bring it right. Or you just gonna sit your behind down and we're gonna call a mistrial. That's how them old people roll. Now that man old. And he had to come out retired for the foolishness here. Oh yeah, somebody over there going to prison. if he don't call a mistrial. So I think this man gonna call a mistrial. I really do think this man gonna call a mistrial because it's just too much. You know, they say they had a difficult time finding a judge for this right here. I don't see why not. But you see, they had to go back old school. That's why. They had to go back old school. That old man ain't playing. That man not playing. That man ain't gonna play with that prosecutor over there. And he ain't gonna play with the dream team. And so the dream team got to come 100. And they are doing their job. They're doing 100. They are doing their job. When a question come out, Russell Wilson is on it. Yes, he is. He is very, very on it. And he's there. And he's going to ask the question. What it says, the hearing is these arguments about what happened during the trial, deciding whether those issues is justified another one. What they're trying to say, whether if the prosecutor can show the judge that it don't need to be another trial and bringing the evidence, and the defense bringing the evidence say it need to be another trial, that's where the decision's gonna be made right there. Because right now the prosecutor don't look good out there. They don't look good out there. All the foolishness they got going on. Yeah, I want to bring Tony Vest up. That's what I want to do. But let me see if I got to make sure I don't get no copyright. The biggest revelation, the agreement. That means two sides. Did they want to tell Karmelo Anthony's side about his life? And they didn't want to tell Austin Metcalf's side to the jury. They didn't want to damage the characteristics. That's what they said. You know, Karmelo Anthony has great characteristics. This young man worked 2 jobs, great, outstanding GPA, 21 scholarships, and you think he want to throw his life down the tubes when he worked that hard for all that? No, he did not. On the other hand, Austin Metcalf didn't have that. The late Austin Metcalf, he didn't have that. No, he didn't have that. So what that tell you? Y'all know my hair looked tore up. I was gonna go and do whatever. So now that is the purpose, the testimony, the report that came out today for this trial right here, is to keep their background closed. And what's the name of the agreement? Isn't that the gentleman agreement? Let me ask. I got to ask, what's the name of the agreement? Well, I make sure I give y'all the right information here. Because there been some things going on. This is a special legal name. I think this was the gentleman agreement. Got to make sure. I think that's what it was. Now, I'm asking ChatGPT. Yes, it was the gentleman agreement. That was the gentleman agreement that Mike Howard affidavit described as a gentleman agreement between the original defense and prosecutor concerning the characters. I said that. Background information about Karmelo Anthony and Austin and Hunter Metcalf. Well, the late Austin Metcalf and Hunter Metcalf. So that was that gentleman agreement was all about. Now, Michael Howard described the gentleman agreement between the prosecution and Karmelo Anthony original team. The agreement concerning keeping certain characters and background evidence out of the trial. Now, do y'all think that was right? That was not right. I don't believe that was right, and it's not right. This young man had a life. He worked hard, support his family and himself. And when you're a senior in high school, you don't take all those classes. You probably take about one or two. So he had time during the day to go to work, come back, study, and go to football practice. And depends on how long football practice, because he was a member of the football team and the captain of the football team, just like he was a captain of the track team. He had outstanding recommendations. He had outstanding everything on his college resume. When you do that college application, they ask you all those questions. And his college questions was outstanding. He worked very hard. And you think this young man want to throw his life away? And then he went out and saved a child who was drowning. And then he was on the chess club. That's very important information. And they wanted to keep it out of the courts. No, because they know those twin brothers had a bad history. I don't like talking about people's children. But they put it in the news. They kind of framed an innocent young man and sent him to prison for 35 years where you can walk around free and use the N-word the entire time. I don't use the N-word. And I don't allow my children to use the N-word in my house. So if they didn't use it outside of my house. And I was telling them, you don't call nobody the N-word. These young people got a thing now, they think it's cute saying the N-word. No, it's not cute saying the N-word. Hey, no, my name is Miss Catherine. Don't say it to me. Call me Miss Catherine or Cat or whatever you want to call me, but don't disrespect me. So that's what those boys were doing. They was disrespecting our race. And where did they learn that from? Home. But they want to protect their character. Come on. Really. They ain't protecting no character. And I'm so glad John Roach is off this case. Because he was very biased too. He helped them railroad this young man. He helped them. So that was that gentleman's agreement that they put in place. But I blame the attorney for that. It wouldn't have railroad my client. Wouldn't have railroad my client. Not at all. I wouldn't let it went down like that. I would not let it went down like that. Okay, let me see. I done got all off track, y'all, because I got mad just a few minutes ago when they said all this. I'm trying to get it back on. Trying to get back on track here. Whew. Sometimes you feel like taking people, just shake them. You ain't got to hurt them. Just shake them. Give them a good shake. Give them a good shake. And that father on Nancy Gray doing all that lying, I bet he's quiet now. He's very quiet. Yeah, that was the next thing on my line. I think I went a little bit ahead, but there was information about Austin, the late Austin Metcalf, that they didn't want the jury to hear. Negative information concerning the late Austin past wasn't presented to the original jury. It was not. Now, why it wasn't presented? Because of their background. Because of their background. That's why it wasn't presented. Karmelo Anthony deserved a fair trial. Then, same thing I just got finished saying. Information about Karmelo Anthony, the jury didn't hear. They didn't want the jury to hear. So I'm praying this be a mystery, where this young man can come home. They once asked, there was another important question, and I think we all are asking the same question. I think we all are asking the same question. Why didn't Karmelo Anthony testify? So today, I think that was brought up in the in the jury, in the questioning. Why Karmelo Anthony didn't testify? They said Karmelo Anthony was prohibited by the judge from testifying. His new lawyers, his new attorneys are questioning the circumstances surrounding the decision not to testify, whether concerned about what prosecutors could bring up affect that decision. I don't know. From my understanding, he was told not to testify from his first attorney. I'm trying to get Tony Vesta up here, y'all. Okay, here she comes. Here's Tony.
This is not Fox News. This is Fox 4 in Dallas. 16 minutes ago, Mike Howard cross-examined by the prosecutors. Oh, we got action. Mike Howard actually got called by that. No wonder nobody came out the courtroom right here. Lead prosecutor Bill Whiskey is now cross-examining Mike Howard, who led Karmelo Anthony trial defense team. Hold on. Let's see, the 2-minute read that.
Okay, y'all heard it from Tony talked up Vesta. Mike Howard did get cross-examined by Whiskey. So there it is, y'all. Okay, Karmelo original attorney testified? Yes, he did testify. One of Karmelo's former trial attorneys testified today that the testimony was important because the new defense team is examining what was the original lawyer's understanding about the agreement, what decision was made, and how they came to that decision to affect that strategy, defense strategy. Y'all, this is getting, this gave Judge Chitty an opportunity to hear directly what happened behind the scene, whether they're relying only a written motion. And that's what he's going to do. I told you, this man old school. This man ain't got time for this foolishness right here. This man don't have time for this. This man is old school, and he had to come out of retirement. Oh, he ain't playing game. He ain't playing game. That man ain't got time for this. They talking about might be 2 weeks. This man may make a decision tomorrow after he hear some more of this foolishness they got going on. He might make, just like the other judge did it in an hour, 60 minutes. He might make one tomorrow too in about 60 minutes because they stayed in court a long time. I know I had came in from work and I still was listening to Tony talk up Vesta. I ride along in the car on the way home. When I got here at 5:45, it was still on. Then when she fresh her screen, they still was in court, and court had supposed to end at 4:30. So we don't know what decision. Let me tell y'all something. And see, I ain't these other little content creators out here. You come on my channel with this foolishness, the FBI is recording you. So don't come over here with this. I may be a senior citizen, but I ain't stupid, okay? I am not the one to play with. So let's get that right. Hey, if a whole lot of senior citizens was African American and some whites and some Hispanics and some Japanese or some Mexican was on that trial, guess what? Karmelo Anthony never would have went to jail. He would never went to prison. Play that stupidness somewhere else. Don't come over here with that. As a matter of fact, let me block you. Don't come back to my channel. I ain't the one, y'all. Not the one. I don't have time for that foolishness, y'all. I'm not going to beat around the bush. No, I'm not. Now, you don't want this 63-year-old to go off on you because they was wrong in count. Put this young boy behind bars for no reason. That could have been ruled one or two ways. By accident. That's the way that could have been ruled. By accident. Because that's all it was. Those boys attacked him. How about keep listening to Tony talk up Vesta and keep listening to that trial going on tomorrow? Okay, let me get back to my thing. Y'all, I had a troll in here. I ain't the one to play with. I ain't got time. I can't say what I want to say when my baby's up, but I can say what I want to say when they sleep. I don't play games. Yeah. Judge Chitty ain't got time for this foolishness here because he's saying the same thing I'm saying, and I don't have a law degree. This is a bunch of nonsense, wasting up taxpayers' money. This is a bunch of nonsense. This man ain't playing game. He want to hear all the evidence. The prosecutor ain't bought no evidence. They're bringing foggy pictures and all that stuff. When we gonna get to see the real videotape? When are we gonna get to see the real videotape? Ain't gonna bring that. That's why he asked why there wasn't no cameras in the courtroom. That's the reason why he asked that. No cameras were permitted inside the courtroom. He wanted to know why wasn't no cameras in the courtroom. I wanted to know why wasn't no cameras in the courtroom because when they had O.J. Simpson case, it was cameras in the courtroom. There need to be cameras in the courtroom. That's where it needs to be. This man ain't playing. He ain't playing. This man ain't playing. And he ain't got time. He got to enjoy his life and his family and his grandchildren, just like all of us. Now, somebody going to jail. Karmelo Anthony ain't going back to jail. Somebody going to prison, and Karmelo Anthony not going. He's coming home. This is going to be a mistrial because there's too many people involved. And too many young people are involved. And that is my concern. That's the reason why I want a mistrial. Because too many young people are involved in this thing here. That's the reason why I'm keep calling for a mistrial, y'all. I know a lot of people say they want jury. I want a mistrial. They say if the overflow room with video feed could be provided for this hearing, one of the questions being raised is why greater public access wasn't provided during the original trial. Judge Rhodes said he didn't want that. He said because it caused too much commotion, and he didn't want all that riffraff in there. I bet he wish he had let it in there. Now he got removed from the case, which is great. Because he was biased. He wasn't fair. Just Chitty is fair. I believe he's going to do what he need to do. Now, I wasn't there, so I wasn't watching the actually trial because I wasn't there. But I was listening. So I think Tony Tucker, let's just say Fox 4, Channel 4 will have it on tomorrow. Well, I'm gonna do the same thing I did today. Listen to the Guilty Boys. Think the Guilty Boys gonna be there. listen to them and see what's going on. Because I'm gonna keep watching it. I'm going to keep watching it.
I wouldn't be surprised if Snap-on went out of business after
y'all got to turn this down. But I am going to keep watching it. Yeah, keep listening. Keep listening to it. One person asks, why does the public matters? The public do matters. But we want to see how this here play out. We got feelings. We want to see it. No, Judge Chitty have not agreed with nobody. This man's not agree with nobody until he hear all the facts. He got to hear all the facts first. Yes, I do want to watch the trial online. But the legal question is whether the restrictions on the access was serious enough to interfere with the Karmelo constitutional rights to the public trial. He got a dream team, y'all. The dream team can answer that. The prosecution position. Well, we heard two different positions. Karmelo's new lawyers are seriously mistakes affected his right to a fair trial, which is right. They are right. That dream team are right. There was many mistakes that affected his rights. Many mistakes. That was in the original trial. Many mistakes. Especially the procedures with the agreement agreed by Karmelo Anthony on attorney. Mike Howard. I'm trying to wait to Tony get to that part with Mike Howard. He had Judge Chitty has not made a decision, and they said what Judge Chitty has to decide. He haven't decided anything. All he is listening for the rest of the evidence. You know, the issue is inherent of the evidence. Karmelo's decision why he didn't testify. The agreement between the prosecutors and the original defense. Courtroom public access restriction. And a lot of other procedure problems that are raised by the new defense team. So what's going to happen on Friday? I don't know. But I hope they make a decision quickly and make the right decision. Give him a new trial or send him home. They said they're going to hear additional witnesses, evidence, and arguments before Judge Chitty decide the motion. I told you, this man is over, y'all. He ain't playing. He's old school. The old judges didn't play game. They see you're wrong. See, they was back then, y'all. Them judges back then was honest. They was honest. They were fair. And they'll tell you, now you know you were wrong about this right here. And they're talking a soft, metal voice. And they'll look you straight down, cross their little hands, and they'll be just as elegant as they want to be. And they say, well, I think you can go home. But I want to see you back in this courtroom again. I'm going to give you a chance. I'm going to send you home. Y'all, I've never been to court. But I have listened to a lot of people who've been in front of the judge. And they'll tell you, I'm going to give you a chance. But if I see you back in this courtroom again, or if I hear you back in this courtroom again, you out of here. See, that's the way he is. He's a metal man. He's sophisticated. Y'all see that soft, beautiful gray hair he got on his head? He ain't playing game. Him and that dream team, they ain't playing game. That's why he said he want to hear all the evidence. All. Will there be a new trial granted? We don't know. I'm praying for a mistrial. That's what I'm praying for. I'm praying for a mistrial, y'all. I am praying for a mistrial. The conviction has not been turned over yet. And Judge Chitty has not made a rule yet on a new trial motion yet. Because he got to hear all the evidence. He don't want to hear part. He don't want to hear partial. He want to hear it all. And I will agree with him. I would want to hear it all. But it's so much that the prosecutor left out. It might be almost 10 o'clock. Might not hear nothing till next week. 35 years. That's ridiculous. And people that did more damage than that in their whole life ain't never got 35 years. You're trying to make an example out of somebody and think it's cute. But when you don't raise your kids right, the kids cause their own problems. What he said on Nancy Gray, oh, Hunter spoke so well. He went on the trial on the stand, and he was a child when he went up there. But when he stepped back down, he became a man. Man, stop lying. You can't change in less than 5 minutes from a boy to a man. Man, stop lying. Hunter went on that stage and lied because you don't coach him in the lying. You don't coach Hunter so much stuff. That's why Hunter be beating your behind. Man, stop lying. Now you can't even say anything now since Karmelo Anthony got that dream team. You wonder where you got that money from. Where's the money that y'all took with the cash app? Y'all got money. Ain't nobody talking about y'all money from cash app. You worry about Karmelo and Anthony parents and about their money. You don't need to worry about their money because you know what? God got them. God got them right. You see what Karmelo Anthony came out with, a dream team with the top lawyers. With the top lawyers. Russell Wilson ain't playing game, and his team is not playing game with you because they're going to eat you alive. So keep on drinking. Keep turning that bottle up because that's exactly what you're doing. Exactly what you're doing. Keep on. Come on back on social media and make yourself look like a dummy again. Since you want to call this young man in his name, guess what? We ain't going to play that game, but we don't believe in calling people out of their name. You can call yourself out your own name. Because you're going to be in that little ugly chain gang suit. Exactly what you're going to be. Yes, Judge Chitty, I give you thumbs up. You're a fair man. You're going to do what you got to do. I don't blame you. Listen to all the information because there was a lot that came out of this. A lot that they missed. I didn't know was so much stuff that they missed in this trial. Did you want to keep your children's name out of the media or out of the courts because your children was terrible, harassing young girls, causing a 10-year-old to break the shoulder. I tell you what, break one of my grandchildren's shoulders. And I'll give you a good little butt cutting myself. Only because you think you're right. You're not right. You don't walk around hurting other people and bullying other people. And I'm sorry, Father, but you taught your children how to be bullies. Those children learned that from you. They didn't learn it from the streets, and they didn't learn it from nobody else. And they weren't about why our children are so educated. You know why? Because we take time with our children, because we teach them education come first. We ain't worrying about the football field. We ain't worrying about the basketball court. We're worrying about what's in those books. So that's why Karmelo Anthony had 21 scholarships, a very high GPA, a 3.5 or higher. That's the reason why. I didn't hear nobody saying nothing about your children had a high GPA. They might have. But you know what kept them out of college? That behavior. Nobody don't accept that kind of behavior in their school. That behavior. That nasty behavior. That nasty behavior, you can't go nowhere with that nasty behavior. I tell my children that when they was growing up, have a nasty behavior and see how far you go in life. I'm sorry, Jeff Metcalf. Guess what? Hey, Donald C. I'm sorry, Jeff Metcalf, but you caused your own child death. You caused your own. You know why? Because you taught them how to be bullies and how to be disrespectful to all race, everyone, a female. You caused that problem. And then you try to put an innocent person behind the bars. Nah. I'm keep praying. Keep praying. Karmelo Anthony coming home. Free Karmelo Anthony, because he's coming home. And he's coming home permanently with nothing on him. He ain't got to look back. You better be careful, because what the old people say, you dig one ditch for somebody else, you may fall in it. So you is the cause of your son's death because you taught them how to be bullies. Bullies. And Karmelo Anthony weigh about 130 pounds. And you got big boys weigh 200 and some odd pounds. That's 400 some pounds, slinging that little young man around like a little rag dog. He ain't hurt that boy. He didn't hurt Late Austin. He might have punctured him, but he didn't kill him. My understanding, he was up walking around. Didn't even know what had happened till he pulled up his shirt. So tell us where the second wound came from. Cut, whatever you want to call it, because it sure wasn't no puncture. Hey, Karmelo Anthony had a cleat tube. A cleat tube don't do that kind of damage. But come on, get real. Nobody ain't got time for that foolishness. Nobody. That's the reason why Judge Chitty, he want all the evidence. And I'm praying that he throw this mess out. I'm praying that he'll say, I'm not going to do no new trial. This is a mistrial. Immediately, Karmelo Anthony, you can go home. And that's the prayer I'm praying, and that's the prayer I'm staying on, because I don't want to see no more young people go behind those prison walls. Because somebody is going to prison behind that. Not Karmelo Anthony. He's coming home. That young man is coming home. I don't know who Eddie's parents is, but y'all better lawyer up, because they're going to turn around and flip that on Eddie. Eddie did it. Y'all better lawyer up. You better talk to somebody. Because tomorrow is day 3. And this is going to get real. Hello, Donald C. How you doing? Thank you for coming on. This is going to get real. This is getting real. I'm praying for a mistrial. Trying to listen, see how far Tony Vesta then came. But y'all want to go through the court documents and the caseload. I don't do that over here because I'm a candle maker. Oh yes, Donna. See, we got to keep praying, and I write journals and make pearl necklace and bracelets and stuff like that. See, this is not set up right here, but you know what? My platform is going to help this young man. Just like I prayed for Shador, I'm praying for Karmelo Anthony to come home. I'm praying. And I'm going to keep praying. I'm going to keep praying. Yes, we got to keep Shador in prayer because there's some things going on over there too. I've been following John the Liquidator. He's been coming on. But, hey, Shador will be all right. He's going to be all right. Shador, we just need to get rid of Jerry Jeudy. Nah, that's all that is. The Shador throwing perfect passes out there. He's doing his job. Jerry Jeudy is the one dropping his ball. Just need to get rid of Jerry Jeudy. But we're going to go in prayer. We're going to pray for Karmelo Anthony to come home tomorrow. Judge Chitty going to make this. He's going to make the right decision to grant Karmelo Anthony a mistrial. That's the prayer I pray. That's the prayer I stand on. I came on late because, this YouTube streets are heavy out here, talking about Karmelo Anthony and Judge Chitty. And I listened to a few of them, but I don't listen to all of them. I listened to Willie D. We had the parents on. The mother's still choked up. The father is speaking now. You know what, y'all? Let me tell y'all something. That father is very, very smart. He is very brainy. He is super smart. The way he speaks, he is real smart. And that's where Karmelo Anthony get it from, that smartness from. You can look at him. You could tell. He's very smart. These people went out there and called him his job. And he said it's hard for him to get a job now. So everybody who know how to get in touch with the Anthony family, cash out them some funds. I can't do it because I'm struggling myself over here. All I can do is do what I'm doing right here for free. Everybody who listening to my channel, I don't know how far YouTube is going to push this out, but if everybody cash Karmelo Anthony family some funds, help them. Nothing is free now. Help that family. He said it's a pattern. It's a recording. It's something these people are doing now. But you have to go to Willie and listen to his channel because he had an exclusive interview. Last about 26 minutes. I went out there and listened to it. And that, I listened to Keisha. I listened to Willie D. I listened to Tony Talk Up Vesta and What She Say Sports. Right now, Keisha and What She Say Sports are talking about the Nolan Wells case. That's just another issue over there. I'm with you with that. That shady Lord should give their money back. They should have given them every dime of it back. But I really listen more to Tony Talk Up Vesta because Tony Talk Up Vesta, she brings it correctly. When it comes down to Karmelo Anthony, she never left his side. When this all went down, she stayed on the journey. She stayed on the course. And that's what I like about her. She stayed on the course. She said she's not going to stop. So I am sticking with Tony Talk Up Vesta. I like the other ones, but Tony Talk Up Vesta is the number one channel that I watch. I listened to, I think Dr. Helmsley got a channel now, y'all. And she was talking about, whatever. And so I don't do the document thing. Y'all see my background? This is what I do back here. This is what I do back here. This is my part-time job with my regular job. But y'all, if you can, cash app them. And yes, Mike Howard should give them the refund their money back. And don't get me started on Charles White. Charles White, he was wrong too. Yeah, they should give them the money back. He need to refund every dime of it back. Because the father said it's hard for them to get a job now, for him to get a job. Because all of this right here. But he thanked the content creators for keeping this movement going in this live. He thanked them. He said, without y'all, where would we be? Because the news not reporting it. Not reporting it. Y'all, guess what? I ain't know I've been on here this long. I guess I really fed up today. I got to listen to the rest of this. It's going to come back on tomorrow. I think Tony said that she's going to go back to work or something. I don't know. But I know Tony won't be live tomorrow. But I'm be listening to the Guilty Boys and Fox 4 News. She said that's the Dallas channel, the Texas channel, whatever. But I'll be listening to that channel. So I'm going to try to give me some earbuds where I can listen to it all day long. Because I can't watch it live. But Karmelo Anthony, we all out here praying for you, son. Let's just keep Karmelo Anthony in our hearts, prayers. Lord, lift this young man up. Lord, touch this new judge, Judge Michael Chitty. I'm praying for him, Lord. Let him make the right decision. Lord, let him please say mistrial, where this young man can go home. Lord, I'm praying. Lord, this is an honest prayer. An honest prayer. I'm coming in behalf of Karmelo Anthony and his parents. Lord, surround his parents with the love and support. And Lord, open doors for them where Mr. Anthony can get him another job to take care of his family, because he's an honest man. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. It's done. It's done. In the name of Jesus, it's done. I'm praying that prayer. I prayed the prayer for that, for Karmelo Anthony to get somebody to help. To get some help. I know many other prayer warriors prayed the same prayer. Might pray a little bit different. But he came with that dream team. He came with, first, it started out with Lil Boopsy. That's who started it. Then was Carly B. Those two. Then it came on down the line. And then it came with this other actor. I know it was Tyler Perry was involved in it. He makes the movies. I think he was a boxer or ex-boxer. I have to go back, but I know it was some. I know about 5 or 6 heavy hitters, and next thing I know, Russell Wilson came for in that dream team. He brought that dream team with him. Dan Crump is added to it too. But Russell Wilson is the lead man. So, y'all have a great night. And I didn't mean to get on here and say all that, but y'all, we got to get ready for round 3. And I'm praying that Judge Chitty grant a new trial or say mistrial. That's what I'm praying for. And yeah, have a blessed, wonderful night. Keep Lady E in y'all prayers. And hey, like, comment, and subscribe. That's all I ask you to do. And y'all have a great morning. Well, it's still night, 11:26. I don't know where y'all at, but thank you for coming in. And thank you, Donna C, for coming in, because I had to get rid of a troll. You come over here with that foolishness? Oh no. No, 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 no. You ain't coming over here with that. Now, it was like Tony um had 600 viewers coming in. I probably would have called Tony up and tell Tony, hey, tell Donna C to get on my channel and help me over here, be a mod, because I'll be clicking people left and right. Thank you, Donna C. I appreciate you. And I'll see y'all in the Lexington Live. Bye, bye. Matter of fact, I'll see y'all tomorrow night because I'm waiting to see what happened in round 3. Bye bye. Lady of Elegance Collection. Bye bye.